Well, hello, guys, and welcome to Mama Needs a Minute, where we talk all things motherhood. As you come in, why don't you tag someone that is a mom that you think needs to hear this? We do these periodically, like once a month, where we're just checking in on motherhood, telling funny stories, and just shedding light on maternal health and what we do here at LunaYou. If you are new to this space, LunaYou is a maternal health program that helps women in pregnancy as well as in postpartum to focus on their well-being and focus on the things that matter to them most and make sure that they put themselves as a priority because, as moms, we don't do that. So we are super happy that you are here. But today I have a special guest, and she's not really a guest, she's like here. Her name is Penelope, and she goes by Penny, right? And we are just super excited. She's a well-being coach for LunaYou and a mother of two very cute boys. I'm going to let her introduce herself even more, but help me welcome Penelope to Mama Needs a Minute. Hi, Penelope.
Hi, thanks for having me today. So I'm Penelope. I'm a mom. I have two boys. I have a 3-year-old and a almost 1-year-old. So I love my boys. They have a ton of energy and just keep me so busy. And I'm also now a well-being coach, which I'm so excited to be a part of LunaYou. It's such an amazing program, and I wish I had it during my pregnancy. So I'm so excited that these resources are here for other women. So
Too. I really wish this LunaYou was around when I was pregnant as well. That would have been amazing. But happy that we can give this to women now, and to make it a part of their pregnancy is really great. Now, you said that you have two boys. Did you ever see yourself as being like a boy mom, or did you always want boys? Did you want girls? What did you think?
I really never saw myself with either boy mom or girl mom. But I really actually never really saw myself having only boys because I'm an only child and a majority of my family are girls. So when we found out I was having a boy, we were like, what are we going to do? What do we do with this amazing boy? It's been so much fun. And there's different toys, different energy, and just I know, just being around girls. Boys have been so different, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good balance. I have a boy myself, and it's a good balance, right? Like it's really fun. It's a great balance, and I wouldn't change it for anything. That's awesome. Good.
Yeah.
So, just curious, just as you look at motherhood and now being a well-being coach, how has like motherhood been for you? Or even like telling us like your story in pregnancy. I know that you too have your own like personal story through pregnancy and birthing and all of that. So share us a little bit about that and kind of how that has informed how you like mother today and now being a well-being coach.
Yeah, well, motherhood is definitely a journey, I like to say, and everyone has their own journey, their own unique story. And I found that with older generations, they kind of give you this almost unrealistic story of how motherhood is. Motherhood is beautiful, but there's so many more aspects to it. There's so many more components and different things. So during my first pregnancy, I don't know, it was just so amazing. And it's so crazy because you hear about your body's going to change, your body's going to, you're going to gain weight and the typical stuff that you hear about pregnancy. But then when you're actually going through it, it was like, whoa, like this is crazy. Your body's changing in ways you've never experienced. But my first pregnancy was a high risk pregnancy. My husband and I did miscarry before our son. So, I was on bed rest, and I was used to having a very busy, active lifestyle. So, going from that straight to bed rest was like, whoa, okay, now I need to take care of myself which is bizarre to think about when you have such a busy schedule doing a bunch of other things. So that was an adjustment in itself. Just taking a step back and really focusing on the pregnancy and the baby and myself. So anyway, my son ended up being a preemie. He was born at 37 weeks. I had preeclampsia,
Oh,
and
wow.
unfortunately, I didn't have the health care that I wish I would have had. So that's again when I see LunaYou, and I'm like, wow, I wish I would have had this during my first pregnancy, because I was living far away from family. My husband and I were about 3 hours away from family and friends, so for work purposes, but so I'm like, I didn't really know what to expect, and with everyone's pregnancy being so different, all the stories that I heard, it was obviously not aligned with my story because everyone is different. So, but yeah, so I had preeclampsia. I was being checked, almost daily at the doctors, and then they're like, one day I went in for a routine checkup, and they're saying, okay, tomorrow we're gonna induce you. I'm like, what? Okay, so he was born at 37 weeks. He was weighed 4 pounds. He was a little tiny baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had jaundice, so we were in the hospital for a few weeks. But thankfully, he's healthy and everything went well. And then in between my pregnancies, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which was just a whole nother, bizarre thing to go through because I was only let's see, I was 26 when I was diagnosed. So you don't really hear about diagnoses like that.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, my family, cancer runs in my family, so I was very aware of and familiar with the things that go on.
Yeah.
Had a few surgeries, and I was about to have my last big surgery to remove all of my women reproductive organs for this cancer. And I was at the hospital in gown, ready to go to the operating room. And the doctor runs in and says, sorry, we have to stop. We have to stop the surgery. Like, we're stopping everything. Everybody leave the room. And that's when COVID had first hit. So I fast forward a few years.
Uh-huh.
Um, COVID first hit, and I thought I had COVID because I mean, I don't know why else the
Yeah.
surgery was canceled. And they're like, "You're pregnant." And we're like, "What? What do you
What?
mean? Are you sure? Are you sure it's me?" And they're like, "Trust me, we checked it like 10 times. We checked all your tests." So we had our miracle baby number 2 coming.
Wow.
The cancer tumors shrunk. My
Wow.
um, healthy, and another high risk pregnancy. My body changed in so many other ways from my first pregnancy. My feet grew, which I was like, what? I didn't think this like actually happens, but it
Yeah,
happened.
that same happened to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feet grew the
And
whole size.
yeah, it went up 2 sizes.
Oh,
It
wow.
was crazy. But yeah, so no matter, even though I had that first journey with my first son, my second pregnancy journey was just completely different. Although it was high risk, I actually had a much better medical team, and I had a doctor that I saw regularly, and I was really being monitored for so many other reasons than someone who's going through, well, I can't even say a normal pregnancy because everyone's is different. But yeah, my son was born um, on time, ready to go, and he was 7 pounds. So yeah, they're
Wow.
both such
Oh,
different
so
kinds of journeys.
different.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's such a
Wow,
crazy
you said a
story.
lot there. That was wow. Wow, what remarkable story.
Yeah,
Just about
sorry, that
to,
was like a long story
no, no, no,
short,
no.
but it's hard
No.
to skip out a lot of things. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, those are all important. And I'm saying you said a lot there that I definitely want to like unpack when you were talking about even having preeclampsia in your first pregnancy. Did you know much about preeclampsia before they gave you the diagnosis or anything to look for with that?
no, I had no idea. They had been monitoring my blood pressure, um, prior to being diagnosed, but I thought it was routine. I think the only thing I knew about it was Kim Kardashian had it, and that was about it. I had
Yeah.
no. I didn't know
Yeah.
anything. And then they, I went in and they were talking to me that I had too much protein in my bloodstream, and my son wasn't developing as he should. He was very small. And then my blood pressure was just extremely high all the time. So that I was finally diagnosed with preeclampsia once I was in the hospital about to be induced. And I was kind of like, well, why wasn't I told about any of this before?
Yeah.
Um, so I love that LunaYou gives blood pressure cuffs out to their members because it's so important to track your blood pressure.
Yeah.
It was no big deal, that it was just something routine, but it really makes a huge difference.
It does. And there's just lots of women who just don't know, right? Like you don't know. And sometimes you don't know until it's too late. There's many women who get diagnosed, of course, in pregnancy with preeclampsia, and then also those that get diagnosed after pregnancy. And many women don't even know that that's a risk factor after pregnancy as well. And so the blood pressure cuff is amazing to just have. It's completely digital. So it's like not even like a hand pump or anything like that. So you can put it in your purse. You can just take it around when you're not feeling well to just throw it on and to check your blood pressure and be able to contact your doctor if anything is too low or too elevated, but to really staying on top of your health, and having that fitness watch is amazing to just see like, your heart rate and how much you're walking and how much physical activity you're taking in the day. And it's huge because there's just so many things in pregnancy and it does things to your body that you just have no clue. But why would you have a clue if you've never been pregnant or if you never experienced some of the things in some of your other previous pregnancies that can be very new. So that's wild. And what a beautiful miracle story with your son. That's so
I
awesome. Like,
know.
wow, to go from like having a cancer diagnosis and then finding out like, to the point where you're going to the hospital to get your women parts taken out to be like, wow, you have this miracle baby.
It
This
was
miracle
crazy.
baby inside of you. That's a
Mhm.
special moment. That's really special. Um, that's
That was
huge.
Yeah.
That's
And I must have only been a couple weeks because I had just, you know, tested a few times before because I was like, maybe we'll be able to before, this cancer comes back or gets worse or anything like that.
yeah.
We saw a bunch of specialists and fertility doctors, and everyone was like, nope, can't happen. So when I heard that from my doctor, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Wrong person. Must be the girl next door because there's no way.
Right.
So whenever I hear, couples are trying or, family and friends that I've talked to and like, just don't give up hope. When it's time, it's time. Whatever is meant to be will be. So,
For
you know,
sure.
gotta stay
Yeah.
positive.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. And so also a big component of like what LunaYou it does is really allowing women to focus on themselves and help take care of themselves while they're pregnant and in postpartum, because that's one thing moms or just women just don't do. Like birthing people, we just don't take care of ourselves. As it relates to that, it's like everybody has to be okay before we even think about ourselves. And so well-being really helps women to prioritize that and to make their well-being a top priority, because inevitably if mama isn't well, then nobody really is well. And so putting that into perspective, how have you put wellness into your life and into your motherhood?
Well, like you said, we put ourselves last. And after my first pregnancy and my postpartum experience, I realized, I need to like take time for me. So now I just make sure that, if I need a minute, I'll go for a walk. My big thing right now is listening to podcasts. I'm a crime junkie, so I make sure that I listen to my podcasts weekly and just get some self care in, get some beauty self care in as well. So I will always make sure at least every other week I do something for myself. Because, like you said, if I'm not good, then my boys won't be taken care of. So, yeah.
Awesome. That's huge. I think this was great. As we talk about wellness, and all this is in LunaYou, each woman gets like their well-being coach that helps them to stay accountable for their wellness goals and accountable to the things that they want to do in their physical health as well as mental health. But then also they get those great things to like the fitness cuff, the fitness band and the blood pressure cuff and all the great things in a LunaYou community, which is so great. And we're so honored to even have you on board at LunaYou, so that like telling your story is amazing, and just working with women just to identify and say like, hey, these are some things I didn't know, and I would love for somebody to help me navigate through this part of my life, or just to see me, or just to have someone to talk to is really, really huge.
Yeah, because pregnancy can be lonely in itself. A lot of women don't, speak about that, or, it's not something you read about in the magazines or baby books or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I really love that about LunaYou, that we can be there to support our members and just be there for someone to talk to, because it can really make an impact.
Yeah, no, that's huge. Like a woman goes to the doctor maybe anywhere from 15 to 25 times in her pregnancy. And in all those times, it's very rarely like about her, right? It's always checking in. How are you doing related to the baby? Like, what are you eating related to how this baby, or what are you consuming as it relates to the baby? It's 100% about the baby, which is fine. But there's very rarely acts where somebody actually sees you, right? And how you said that, like pregnancy can be really lonely because nobody actually sees, like they're seeing you, but they're not seeing you, right? And you're just the vessel, you're just the instrument, and not enough is done for the actual carrier of this. And so that's why this is so near and dear to us, to have something that focuses on those that are birthing in the moment. So that's good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about wellness, and as we end, we like to play a fun game. So I thought we could play another fun game of this or that. A couple of months ago, we did a this or that baby edition, but I'm gonna do a this or that wellness edition. So I'll tell you two things, and you tell me which one would you rather do. Okay.
Okay.
So would you rather have a getaway in the mountains or a getaway on the beach?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say getaway on the beach.
Okay.
I warm weather. So I would say that.
Okay. Would you rather have a spa time or time with your girlfriends or friends?
Oh, that's a tough one too, because self-care is so important, but
It is.
circle of support is as important. Could we do like a girls' day to the spa?
Ooh, okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
letting me break the rules.
Yes. Would you rather, are you more a journaler, or are you like a silent meditator, or just like, I'll do a third one, just kind of don't like to be silent or quiet, like to go, go, go?
Well, I used to be very quiet and kept to myself. And me personally, that just wasn't healthy for me. So I began journaling. So I would go with journaling because it's helped me so much. I never thought it would help me as much as it has. So I really like journaling.
Awesome. Awesome. What about sleeping in? So sleeping in, but like still having to do your regular activities, or um spending a whole day doing uninterrupted tasks.
Oh, okay. So as a mom, as you know, having a full day of interrupted task is like, goals for everyone.
It's forever mom goals. Yes.
Forever mom goals. However, I would go with sleep because sleeping is my forever goals. Especially with a mom of two boys that have so much energy that
Yeah.
keep me on my toes all day. So I would go for my mental health, sleep.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. I probably for that one would probably do the day of uninterrupted task of just like, okay, I can just get some stuff done. Like Maybe one of those has to be sleeping, but we'll see.
Oh, that's a good one. Have a nap.
I'll merge it. I'll merge it. Good, good. Well, thank you so much, Penelope, for this time. Thank you for sharing with us. Penelope, like I said, is a well-being coach here at LunaYou, and we are so lucky to have her be a part of this. If you are currently pregnant, or if you know someone that is currently expectant and they are a neighborhood member, we would love to work with them and talk to them. Simply go to our website, www.lunayou.com. You can fill out a form right there to get started today. You select Penelope too to be your specific coach, whatever that looks like for you. But we are super excited. Any last words, Penelope?
No, I'm just so excited to be a part of this wonderful program. And I really hope that other women, other than our members, that more women join LunaYou, because it's just been so helpful for everyone so far. So thank you so much. It was great chatting with you.
Yes. Well, bye everyone. Have a good rest of your day.